Fortnite Season 3 has been the most 50-50 loved or hated season ever. Like, seriously, and while I'm actually a part of the people who really love it, there are some things that really grind my gears. These are the 15 most hated things in Fortnite Season 3. Now, I want to preface this by saying that annoying and hated things are part of pretty much every game, and while I might find some things annoying, I don't want to come across like a 12-year-old Fortnite pro player saying it should be like vaulted or removed just because we all hate it. Alright, disclaimer out of the way, let's dive into number 15, Marauders and Stink Bombs. So Season 3's most intimidating addition wasn't even the Shark, but a new crew of NPCs which make you want to run in fear every time you see them. I'm of course talking about the Marauders, especially the Assault Marauders. These guys dropping down out of nowhere and following you for eternity can be really annoying, especially when they're loaded with stink bombs and RPGs. Not gonna lie, it's humiliating if you get eliminated by these guys, and it's even worse when they third party you and throw like a bajillion stink bombs at you. The last thing you want is a group of dudes with aimbot third partying you with rockets, stink bombs, and much more, and yeah, they pretty much have aimbot, look at it. Number 14, glitches. Are you really surprised about this one? Fortnite Season 3 has 100% been the most bugged Fortnite season ever, and while some glitches like doing the kit emote on other characters are kind of funny, some can drive, or I mean technically in this case, fly you a little crazy. Even when it comes to cars literally day one, they're already broken, and that's not even including the other 15 glitches I can think of off the top of my head. Ready for this? The kit glitch, helicopter redeploy, get in any vault, under the map, infinite gas station medal. Should I continue here, really? Honestly, you really gotta salute our hardworking Epic devs for getting all these fixed so soon. Like, these guys really deserve an award. Number 13, the fire update. Getting third-partied in Fortnite, or literally any other Battle Royale game, has been one of the most annoying problems since like day one. But with Season 3, there's of course one new feature that has made it worse than any other season. I'm talking about fire damage. Yes, fire damage is awesome in Season 3 and really spices up some fights, but when somebody third-parties you and just sets your entire build fight on fire, it gets messy. Like, imagine having a build fight and suddenly your entire base is in flames. It practically turns your fight into one big stink nade that's unavoidable with constant tick damage. It can be fun at times, but you gotta admit, unless you're the one shooting the flare, it ain't that much fun. Number 12, car noises and spawns. Alright, you already know where I'm going with this one. One of the most annoying things in Season 2 was landing at the agency and having this blast down your headphones. I mean, especially me, who blasts his volume so I can hear footsteps, or like trying to play with friends and screaming to them down the mic because you could barely hear yourself. I feel like I'm going crazy half the time. Fast forward to Season 3, and these cars are driving me nuts in the normal game mode, pun intended. There's like 100 freaking spawns of these things, and they're all ripping around the island just trying to flatten me like a pancake, all while making my ears bleed in the process because they're so loud. Like, obviously we still haven't played enough with cars to say that I hate them, but so far these two small things are what's really keeping me only playing Arena because, you know, there's not cars in Arena yet. Number 11, the vault door. Speaking of vaults, getting your way into them seems to be the easy part nowadays, but it's the getting out of a vault which has a lot of players scratching their heads in Season 3, all thanks to this one particular glitch. A new strat that people have been taking advantage of in Fortnite has been combining itemized upgrade stations and vault doors. Basically, people are throwing upgrade benches to block the vault door for players trying to get out. By the time they actually destroy the upgrade bench, they've already been bombarded with grenades or stink bombs from killing a few Marauders. It was getting abused so hard at the beginning of Season 3, but fortunately it got patched until a new version of the glitch came out, and it's still in game right now. I'm only saying this so Epic patches it, but if you throw an upgrade bench on the reboot van, if anyone tries to reboot the player, it gets stuck in it. It's frustrating. Number 10, Whirlpools. Okay, this one is actually kind of a funny entry because it's not something that Epic actually intended. It's mainly just due to the fact that Whirlpools in Fortnite have been getting more and more broken by the day, and what does Epic do when something's broken? Disable it. Well, most of the time, I mean, I can't speak for mechs. Disabling is exactly what's been happening to the Whirlpools, and throughout Season 3, they've been a great method of mobility around the map. Like, a lot of us have gotten used to searching for Whirlpools and using them to rotate, which makes disabling them a lot harder for us as players because the map isn't working like the devs intended it to. And that's important. Then, when Epic brought back the Whirlpools, they were only in the game for a day or two before being disabled again. With the water around the map, Whirlpools are technically needed, and it's annoying that they keep getting removed, but I understand why they are getting removed though. Number 9. No storyline content. This one isn't necessarily a feature of Season 3, but actually a lack of it. In Season 1, we were treated to the mysterious storyline of Alter vs. Ego, and while it was fun, it wasn't really enough. Then in Season 2, the storyline really took over the season, with us making weekly videos on Midas and Jules, Ghost vs. Shadow. It was awesome. With the device event, it was the last we kind of saw of any storyline. With the Season 3, we literally have zero storyline content, and when I say zero, it just feels like zero. There's no storyline with Season 3 as of yet, and the entire season is supposed to be over in 3 weeks. And while it seems this weird spaceship that's connected to Siona might be storyline related, there's really no way to know until later on. There is so many questions unanswered, like is Midas dead? What happened to Ghost vs. Shadow? Who is John Jones? We still have yet to be given the answer to any of these questions, and it doesn't look like we'll be getting them anytime soon. Number 8. The Charred Shotgun. Okay, the Charred Shotgun was the biggest problem at the start of the season. Like, think about it, we were really used to the pump, and when Epic straight up removed it and replaced it, the entire flow of Fortnite's gameplay changed. Over time, it has gotten somewhat better, but many players don't really enjoy this new gameplay style of Fortnite. I personally don't hate the charge the absolute most, as I'm not the best builder, so it does give me a chance when fighting against sweats, but a huge portion of the community are good builders, and they've been forced to either only play creative if they want to use the pump, or quit and move to Warzone. Kinda like Tfue and so many others. One major problem I do have with the Charred Shotgun though is the fact that it's not yet a weapon that can be spawned in creative. That's literally how I warm up before I play every day, so I'm being forced to practice with a normal pump or attack, which typically isn't what I'm using in game. You technically can get it by using a map code, but you gotta remember that the general player base might not know that, so please add to Creative Epic. A lot more people would like it if they could practice with it, so yeah. Number 7. Henchmen. While Marauders are annoying, at least you could hide from them by sitting in a bush and they'll just walk right past you. Henchmen though? These guys are still crazy in areas and can really catch you off guard, especially in places like the Authority. It's even more annoying when you hot drop on a place like the Authority and before you could even get a gun, they've already chipped you for like 70 damage because henchmen have literal aimbot. It's even worse and more humiliating when you die from them. Like seriously, they can pull out some ridiculous mid-air snipes on people, and most of the time it really does feel like they're a hacker. Wouldn't be a problem if the henchmen weren't mainly at the POIs with Mythic Weapons, which basically makes them overcrowded and super chaotic because everyone wants the most OP weapons and items in the game. Now here's the thing, do I want these Mythic Weapons being unchecked? Absolutely not. These guys have been around for 2 seasons now, but paired with other players, Marauders, Sharks, and I could go on, it's just a lot more to rage over, I guess. Number 6. Jumping Sharks. I think I speak for all of us when I say we've all had our own run-ins with sharks in Season 3. Whether it's seeing one swim towards you while you run from the storm, or it being one bite away from eliminating you, we could all admit sharks can be annoying. Devil's advocate, sure they are fun to ride, but there's one thing that we all hate about these guys. It's the fact that sharks literally jump into buildings regardless of where you are. You could be somewhere not even close to water, and suddenly a shark just bursts through your wall like the freaking Kool-Aid Man. Now obviously the water levels have lowered enough where this isn't really a problem anymore, but still, think of like Fortnite where they're jumping through walls every 5 seconds. Sharks are relentless, and it drives me nuts when I finally get that kill and they gobble up all my loot just to swim away, but then you gotta chase them and waste so much ammo to get whatever it is. And they always get the best loot too, that's the worst part, they always get the gold gun. Number 5. Instant Consumables. Getting an enemy weak in Season 3 is practically a ticking time bomb, because usually when you could rush a healing enemy, you would have at least a couple of seconds before they drink their minis or full pots. But now, with a ton more consumables available in the Season 3 loot pool, you can get an enemy weak and they will just immediately heal back up with a chug splash or fish or veggies or whatever. It's annoying and just kind of makes getting an enemy being weak less urgent. Like you really can't shout their one hit to your team anymore because chances are they're probably back to full health and shield before you try to take their box. Number 4. Mythic Weapons. Alright, I know this one is a little controversial, but Mythic Weapons have been hanging around in the loot pool ever since Season 2, but with Season 3, Epic really upped their game. Instead of classic weapons like a drum gun or an assault rifle, Season 3 has mythic weapons like the grappler, chug jug, shockwave launcher, and more. And sometimes he can be great though, because these items can really be good for mobility, lead to huge plays, and fun moments. Here's the thing, the grappler having unlimited charges which gives you constant free high ground without needing mats or taking up time, and the shockwave launcher is OP for replacing builds, knocking people out of the storm, taking high ground, being able to escape fights that you probably shouldn't be able to. Need I go on? The other mythic weapons aren't as bad right now, but the fact that there is only one mythic weapon per game gives a massive disadvantage to the majority of players. To be honest, I don't hate these as much as other players do, but I understand why you guys aren't in love with them. Number 3, peppers. While fighting someone who has chug splashes can be really annoying, these healing consumables aren't the biggest problem in Season 3. There's a much more hated consumable in the loot pool, and it's the return of the peppers. These things make fighting someone super annoying because obviously they build and move so much faster than you. An even more annoying part about these peppers is that you could fight someone, get them weak, and they'll just eat a pepper and run away super quickly. This is just a pet peeve for most of us and not really a massive problem, but we can't help but get annoyed sometimes by them. Number 2, grenades. Like a ton of things with Season 3, grenades have returned from the vault into the loot pool. But this edition has also brought a problem. While grenades can be really fun to use, a tactic which pro players have been using for ages is still working to this day. People will ping an area and go exactly 65, maybe 70 meters from it so they can throw a grenade accurately that'll explode directly on impact. Believe it or not, it's extremely effective and makes grenades a massive problem lately. You have no time to react to the grenade, and it's completely accurate too. I mean, it can take out multiple of your teammates in a few short seconds before anyone even really knows what's going on. And finally, number 1, the flare gun. Here's the thing, the flare gun in Fortnite can be really annoying, but it's only when you're on the receiving end. For example, it doesn't add much to the game other than a massive match of chaos. If you're trying to heal yourself up, someone could just simply set your box on fire. If you're trying to hide in a bush or a natural environment, someone could just UAV you. Basically, in my opinion, it's just not one of the best additions from Epic. At least a lot of other players think so. I do like how the flare gun lets you switch up your tactics a lot more and makes you think about what you're doing, although like I said, I can see how it gets annoying. But hey, click on screen right now to watch this video. I promise you won't want to miss it. This of course has been Tommy, and you're watching Top 5 Gaming. I feel like a Disney Channel star when I do that. I'm gonna keep doing it.